so I couldn't organize very well. I only realized late this afternoon that I do not need to keep looking for the book. I don't have it. I never did have it. But I went on because I was part of the editing of the book, I went on my hard drive and I found a list of poems, but the ones that I love the most. 5 poems for Earth Day, 1971, I think is a very great poem.
Good year.
1971, which may have been the first or the second Earth Day.
Second.
And migrant, fierce courage, the angel of returning birth, love's migration, death, which Martin just read, old woman dying, and especially prayer for death. His political, this is all from the notes that I wrote last year. His politicalness is so fierce, yet without dogma or cliche, that after a while it seems a profound description of 2 entirely different species. Those who love life and those who rip it off.
It's called the Eloi and the Moloch.
Yeah. I want, and then deciding to run for office, that was a great poem too. But anyway, and back inside the something, I can't read that. Back inside the something, his surrealism was the whole thing. Anyway, what I'm going to read is Gene's words, but not as a poem. When I kept a vow for 5-6 years not to be a writer, and when I came back, very disturbed by the aesthetics, the politics, the poetics, the wars, all of it. When I came back, what I did was I just took down for a couple of years what other people said. Pure monologues, without my being in part of it, just what they said. And I was a cocktail waitress at the Foghorn Tavern in Mendocino on May 14th, 1977, and Eugene Ruggles arrived. And so what's been published is something called Life in the Great Northwest Somewhere, and it's all these voices. It's in El Nino, and this is Eugene. Although he's not named, it's called a well-known American poet. Drove up from Fairfax, shared the driving with Michael here. He drove as far as Cloverdale, 101, then I took over, 128. What a road, the curves, being drunk, but pretty. But as bad as that goddamn freeway, worse. We had to stop at every bar along the way. When we got to Mendocino, I stopped at the Shell station, a trick I learned when I played pool. Yeah, I was a pool shark at 18, played up and down the Mississippi River. Yeah, on gambling boats. A trick to get my nerve back. 10 push-ups. I went into the men's bathroom, piss all over the floor. Well, you got to do it in the piss of men. I got down there in the piss of men. I did 10 push-ups in the piss of men. Then I did 5 more. Then I knew I was still together, and then I was ready for Mendocino.